Welcome, my name is Debbie and this is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. And today I have another video that goes along with our Little by Little trackers project that I started in January. So what we've been doing, if you haven't been following along, is I make 4 little trackers for each month. The first month is free. And you can start any month. You don't have to start in January. There's nothing, the trackers that I put on here don't have a month and a year, so you can start any month and, you don't have to start in January. So this was the first set of 4 cards that is still available in my coffee shop for free. And this was the second month of cards. And then I also have a starter kit sort of thing that I have some divider cards. I have a backing sheet that's like a grid paper to print. I have a little journal that you can make. I've been adding to my journal, and a little envelope and a bunch of little fussy cuts. Really cute little color palette. I love this color palette. It's not something that I use often, this kind of pastel, non-vintage looking stuff, but I'm really enjoying something a little bit different. So you can look back, and if you're interested, look back at the other videos in this series to see what we're doing. But basically the premise is in order to make changes in your life that last, it's better to do them little by little than just try to change everything massively all at once. You stick with it better, you make a habit, and the little, the little things add up to the big things. I talked about in the first video how, we make tens of thousands of decisions every day. And if we can change a few of those decisions to be more positive and take us in the direction that we want to be going, then we can put those decisions on automatic, and we can work on other things. So it has worked really, really well for me, I must say. I've been working on, I have different categories like faith and food and fitness and fixing financing. We put a bathroom door on our second bathroom. We've been waiting 3.5 years to do it. Finally, okay, got to get this done. And it's because I did the tracker card. This finance project too, that was something that I've been wanting to do for years already, working with some succession plans for our farm, and got it done this month. So I was really happy with that. The fitness, I was hopping on the treadmill every day, and there's many days I didn't feel like doing it, but I did it because of the tracker cards. Lots of, there's some decluttering. Last night I was, after supper, I thought, I have to start, or I have to finish this project that I said I was going to do in this decluttering. And I worked on it like crazy last night and got most of it done, and feels really good. And I wouldn't have motivated myself to do that if it wasn't for these cards. So I'm just really, really happy with how these cards are working for me, and hopefully they could work for you too. So again, you can start any month, and once you get, I'm gonna have 4 new cards every month, and you can mix and match. You don't have to do the same cards that I do each month. Some of them might make more sense to you than others, so pick which ones work for you. So this month I have 4 new cards. So I'll just go through them really quick here. So the food one is healthy in, unhealthy out. And I said down here, it's easier to add something than to avoid something. Make a list of a few healthy snacks you could have each day. Then each day that you choose something from your list, give yourself a dot on that day. Try for a goal of 25 days with dots. So make 4 different healthy snacking choices that you can have. And you don't have to eliminate anything, but if you have, like, say you have a fruit or a handful of nuts or something like that, if you eat that, you might not reach for something else. You know, if you have a handful of nuts especially, you're not going to be hungry for, you know, anything else. And by adding, you're automatically subtracting, because, you know, your body's not going to want more different things, you know, once you get into this sort of mentality, I guess. So that's number 1, or number 9, the card number 9, but the first one for this month. Faith, I put consistent prayer. So is there something in your prayer life that you want to change? Maybe the consistency, tracking your prayers, tracking prayer requests, making them more scriptural. Write your goal above, and then make a dot each day you mostly achieve it. You know, in this little by little, we're trying for not perfection, because I know when I've tried for perfection, when I don't make it, then I feel discouraged and I often give up. So we're making changes little by little, and we're giving ourselves grace as we go. I just wanted to interject a little bit of a plug in here. I made this set of prayer guides, prayer books, I guess. And there is a set of 7 books, and they're color-coded, different colors. And what I do with them is each one is assigned a specific area. So green is for myself, blue is for family, purple is for the church, orange is for the nation, pink is groups. That includes my online groups and my in-person groups. Tan is for the lost, and yellow is for urgent needs. So then what I did is I made little booklets out of each of the covers, and then I write down prayers in them. They have a little pocket in the front and the back, and I make notes for when people ask me to pray for things, and it really keeps me on focus. I have this one for the lost. I have some scriptures here that I like to pray for unbelievers, you know, different things like that. So I have those categories, and this has been really, really helpful for me. I take this with me. I'd say it's well used now. I take it with me wherever I'm going to do my prayers, and I've been using it very consistently since I did this. So I do have a kit that is in my shop that makes all of these booklets, and I think this is included as well. Pretty sure it is. So I just thought I would interject that if you're looking for a way to kind of have a more consistent prayer life, this has really worked well for me. I'll link that in the description as well. The fitness one, this one is not physical exercise, but fitness also includes our mind. So I'm talking about reducing screen time, whether that's on your phone, your computer, your TV, whatever. And I said part of fitness or wellness is quieting and resting our mind. Do you let electronic distractions take over your day? Find a time of day to sit down, close your eyes, turn off everything electronic, and think, meditate, pray, dream for 30 minutes. Mark each day above that you do that. So I've been marking, I got a set of these for Christmas. They're Zig Clean colored dot. You don't have to have these, but they're just really fun to use. Oh, my printer got a little hiccup there. You just kind of press down and they make a little dot. So that's why I said dot. You don't have to have these. They are fun though. So you can give yourself, you can write down my suggestions, pray, meditate, you could knit, you probably want your eyes open for that one, but have something that you can look forward to each day for about 30 minutes if you can, and just look forward to a time of day where you're just quieting and resting your mind. Some of us will need that more than others. If that's not something that you feel like you need, then don't pick that, pick a different card. And then the last one is fun. We haven't had that category yet. This is fun. And I said read a book. So do you wish you made time to read more? Some people, again, this might resonate with some people more than others. Pick a book that you would like to read, and I said maybe a physical book might be better, keeping this in mind. Schedule a time, maybe 30 minutes, where you can sit, have a cup of tea, coffee, put your feet up, and enjoy reading your book. Don't look at your phone during this time. Give yourself a dot for each day you do it. Write a note on the back of the card about the book. So you can even combine these two if you wanted to. You could quiet your mind by reading a book, or you could do them separately. And, you know, one is just the quiet meditation and praying and that sort of thing. That's what I'm envisioning, you know, just kind of closing your eyes and just relaxing. I don't do that often, and I'm not sure I can handle 30 minutes. I'll see how that goes. But I really do want to read more as well, so I'm going to do both of those. So that's the cards for this week, this month. So those are available in the coffee shop. So these are what I'm calling my March cards. But again, you can start any month and keep going. There's nothing that says it has to be that particular month. And then what I decided to do is, like I was mentioning before, I have like a starter pack sort of thing in the coffee shop as well. And if you've already purchased the starter pack, I'm going to, actually I'll probably have already sent you these pages for free. If you haven't purchased it, this will be a part of the download. So I have 4 new pages for you. So I decided to do divider cards for each month. So I'm going to cut them apart. I have a box that I'm putting everything in. So I'm just going to file the cards that I've done under the month that I did them. I wasn't sure that I was going to do that initially because I just have a completed one here, but I kind of wanted to keep them by month. So if you want to use it, you can use it. If you don't want to use it, I printed the grid paper on the back again on those as well. And then, so there's 3 pages of that. And then I did another little thing here, and I made a little habit tracker. And there's places for 12 habits, and then Monday through Sunday. You've probably seen habit trackers before, but you will fill it in yourself. There's blank spaces there. So I just filled mine in, and this is just some little things that, you know, I just want to remember to do every day. And I give myself a check mark if I do them. So I made this into a little pad of paper so that it's kind of together, and I can just take right on my pad, and then I can not have a bunch of little scraps of paper. And when I'm done, I can just take this off. I could glue this into my journal if I want, or I can just trash it, whatever. But I'm going to show you how to put this together right now. So check that out. Check the description below if you're interested in joining us. And blessings. We'll see you soon. So now I'm going to show you how to make the little habit tracker pad of paper if you're interested in doing that. So the paper comes like this. There's 12 little habit trackers on each page. The lines are fairly small. I wanted kind of just a small piece of paper to do this with. I have guidelines to cut on, so you can use like a box knife and a ruler if you want to cut on all the lines. You can use a cutter. Once you cut off part of the lines, then you lose the other part to cut it off. I'm not exactly sure how to cut this best, honestly. This is just my attempt at making things a little fancy this time. But what I'm going to do, so because there's 4, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cut lines in this direction. I'm going to do that direction first. And I think actually I'm just going to do the inside lines first. So I'm going to line this up on my trimmer, and the guidelines do help with this particular trimmer a lot. So if they help, they help. If you don't have a trimmer that works this way, or you're just using your scissors, the lines are there to guide you. So cut it out however you want. The lines in between the individual trackers are quite dark, so that it's easy to see where to cut. So I'll finish cutting this out, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. So it honestly doesn't have to be, the cutting doesn't have to be perfect. This is just kind of a little pad that we're going to make, and at least I'm going to, each time that I finish one, it served its purpose and I'm going to throw it away, so it doesn't really have to be perfect. The line that you want the best is going to be the top line. So now I'm going to show you how to make this little habit tracker, these little habit tracker squares into a pad of paper. And you can do this with any little squares of whatever, or rectangles of whatever that you want to do. I've done this before. It works well. It's not maybe commercial quality, but it works well for me. So I'm going to just show you how to make a little pad of paper, or a pad of habit trackers in this case. So what you want to do is you want to put all your pieces together and tap down the top. You want the top to be really kind of, loosen it up, and just make sure you want every single paper to be lined up at the top. The rest of it doesn't really matter. And then I have 2 binder clips here, and I want to clip them really close to the edge here and close to the top. Not right at the top. I want just, I got like even 1/16 of an inch there. And just kind of hold this while you're doing it, because you don't want that tapping all to get messed up. And then just at the edge here, and just a little ways down from the top, so that it looks like that. So you have a tight little spot at the top. It should be fairly even. If you feel it and it's not even, then you can maybe, take these off and just tap it a couple more times. Maybe even kind of loosen them up like this if some of them are stuck. Again, this is not a commercial quality pad of paper. I'm not sure how they actually do this in a commercial facility, but we don't have those kind of tools, I'm sure, so we're going to do it this way. So just make sure you got a nice smooth edge there. And then what you want to do is just take your favorite glue. I'm using Elmer's Glue All. Art glitter glue would work fantastic. I don't know, experiment with what you have, what your normal everyday glue is. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue into just looking for a little sometimes I say water bottle caps or something to just throw glue onto. I could easily clean off the glass mat as well, but if you have it already. My hands have been complaining, the joints in my hands have been complaining for, that's actually way too much. Let me just get rid of a little bit of that. So I've been having trouble with all kinds of stuff the last couple of weeks. And glue is one of them, so I should be using my my glue Silpat. What is it called? I can't actually even remember the name of it, but these silly brush. These silly brushes, and then I have a matte thing, like a glue bottle sort of thing, and you just put the glue on like that. I just wanted this kind of brush this time, but these are fantastic for when you have joint pain. I have a review of them, and I've used them several times, so I'm not going to go into that right now, but I digress. Okay, so I just have a little bit of glue there. Just going to take a little bit in my paintbrush. You don't want like gobs of it. And then you just want to paint the top of this pad of paper. So you want the glue to be, I don't know how to say it. You want enough glue, but not too much glue. You don't want it to seep inside. And you can maybe just, use your hands to hold it. We are going to put a couple of coats on here, so I like it where it's, you can see it, but it's not like sort of sitting on the top. think a thin coat is maybe a little better. So you just want a thin coat everywhere. I don't know if you can see that. And this is kind of, I've kind of got this not as tight as I want it right there. So I think what I'm going to do, now that I have the glue on, is just grab another one of these. And I don't want to mess up my glue, but I want to just keep it without being really spongy there. Smaller one. So I'm not interfering with the glue, I'm just keeping the top tight together. So then I'm just going to let that dry. You want it to dry quite well, so if you're using art glitter glue, it'll probably dry a little quicker. Mine will take a little bit longer, but I don't know. I think in my case I'll maybe leave it about 10 minutes and then I'm going to do another coat. So I'll be right back and I'll show you that next. All right, so that is nice and dry. I'm going to put another coat on, exactly the same as the first. I think I'm going to actually put 3 coats on. I was just going to put 2 on, but I think I'm going to try 3 this time. 2 might be enough. So you just want it to kind of seep into all of those tops of the paper there. And so you can already see that it's really, before it wasn't squished in the middle, it was kind of springy, and now it's really not springy anymore. It's staying together. So I'm just going to leave that again for 5 or 10 minutes and then I'll be back to do one more final coat. Okay, so that was 2 coats. I ended up not coming back for a while. I had to go make lunch for my husband and yada yada. So this is a more appropriate amount of glue. I just put it for my little bottle. Maybe it won't be quite enough. But my last little stuff had dried out because I was gone for quite some time. But that's all right. So you're just putting this on top of already dried glue, so it's just kind of keeping the glue in place, I guess, sort of thing. So at this point you don't even really need the binder clips. So that's my last coat. I'm just going to let that dry and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so our little pad of paper is complete. We've got 3 thin coats of glue on there, everything is dry, and we've got a little pad of paper. Isn't that cool? Again, it's not a commercial quality, so if you play with it and whatever, it'll come apart. But you can easily do your habits for this week and write that all down, and then when you're done, you just rip it off. Isn't that cool? And then you have, then it's not a whole bunch of little scraps of paper everywhere. You have your one pad, and then this is all attached. So hope you enjoyed that. Blessings, and we'll see you soon.